Okay, hellos, welcome back. So, yeah, in that first episode, at the end when it cut off, I just built this little bit here, just the little bits around the fire there. Now I have been thinking though that the fire should be sort of down a little bit. It's like it takes like 2 steps down, doesn't it? Sort of. Around in like a circular fashion around here, so it should be sort of like, if we go here, then here, then 4, then here, then here. Oh no, here, then 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's not perfect, but that should sort of be okay. That should function. So, just sort of take a steps down. There. Now, in the last episode, I was talking about how I watched Filth recently. I've also watched the 2021 Candyman film recently, written by Jordan Peele and all that good stuff. I quite liked it. I am a fan of slasher films and horror films. One of the reasons why I really got into Dead by Daylight, as I'm sure many people who got into Dead by Daylight are also fans of slashers and things. I will say I think I like Jordan Peele's movies. I liked Get Out. I thought that was a good film. I haven't seen Up or Nope, his other recent one, but I do like his movies. That's not dead center. That's gonna fucking destroy me. Wait, that is dead center. Well, never mind then. Now. There. What do you think? Does it work? It's got a lot of smoke coming off of it though, which is the only thing. I think that smoke would end up getting irritating. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe let's just leave it. Yeah, that looks better to me. It's still got the smoke coming off of it, but not as much. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Right. There's also next to this. There's also stone walls that sort of support this. Will you please I just want you to just build in a straight line going down. Will you please do as I want, Minecraft? Yeah? Thank you. That's when I get most, is when I keep having to go up and down all the time. Okay. Okay, now let's dig this down. Anyway, so yes, what I was saying was I really liked the Candyman movie, the 2021 one, the remake that came out last year, the year before now. My only issue with it is like Jordan Peele's movies. Okay, they always have some sort of political undertone. Okay, you get that when you watch that kind of movie. And my only issue with it was I felt like the political undertones throughout the whole of the movie were okay. They weren't ever that in your face or anything, just sort of, forcing it, hammering messages home. I don't mind those kind of movies, whatever. I'm not taking a political stance or anything on this channel because that's not what it's about. But the I just felt like the last sort of 10 minutes of the movie, it takes a bit of a twist. There's a bit of a plot shift in about the last 10 minutes, which sort of catches you off guard of what's happening and where it's going. And I felt like then it became a little bit, it was a bit too on the nose in those last sort of 10 minutes when it sort of became like, I understand there can be some important points that you want to make in a movie about certain things, okay? Certain things that maybe happen in the real world and things, but I feel like it sort of took a bit too much of a drastic shift in a certain direction. You know, where it was just sort of like, it sort of undercut the, the thing is that the original Candyman movie did have some kind of messages, okay, about certain things in the movie. Okay, that's fine, that's good. So did the original book by Clive Barker, the short story, back in the 80s. It also had a slight sort of social commentary about certain things. However, the Candyman character did end up becoming almost like a slasher villain. You know, the subsequent sequels sort of took a more of a slasher approach, which you get in, you know, like Halloween, Friday the 13th franchises and things. So therefore the Candyman franchise sort of moved to be more like that. And therefore, I felt like the climax of the movie ended up focusing on social issues as opposed to being a strong and compelling end to the movie, which sort of played into the Candyman character. It sort of became more about what the Candyman character represents as opposed to the Candyman himself. And the problem is, when you've got a great actor who is known to be the Candyman, like Tony Todd. Tony Todd is a fantastic actor, and he became known as the Candyman. So therefore, when he's and Jesus, I'm spoiling it now for people. I'm really sorry. Maybe I'll sort of cut that out a bit, or mute it a little bit when I say those things. Hopefully I remember to do that. If not, you can shout at me in the comments. But maybe I'll sort of mute what I said there, just so there's no spoilers for people. But anyway, at the end, there's a sort of the main guy who's known to play the Candyman, Tony Todd, let's say, is featured less prominently than I would have perhaps liked. Let's say that, without sort of giving things away. And therefore I feel like I would have perhaps liked more of a strong finale centered around his presence as that character, as opposed to the direction which the movie ended up taking towards the end. I've sort of ended up going on a massive tangent about slasher movies here in the Candyman franchise, but that's what we do in this series. We're just going to sort of chill, and we're going to talk, and we're going to chat, and we're going to have fun, you know. It's good, isn't it? I hope it's good. That's what you're here for. Anyway, yeah. Because I feel like, yeah, like Firelink Shrine sort of ends sort of there, doesn't it? So, we need to, maybe I'll do more of this on my own. But is there something I can do about, I feel like I'm getting, like, I know that my room is quite warm, but I feel like I'm getting quite, I feel quite sick currently. And like, there isn't any motion blur or anything on, is there? A view bobbing, camera shake, fucking hell. No wonder. Okay. And let's sort of do, there we go, okay. Ah, okay, that's better. Ah, okay, thank God for that. Ah, that's much better though. Wow. I realise sometimes how things are affecting you without thinking about it. Yeah, I was just going on there. Didn't realise that obviously it was affecting me a lot more than I thought. Right. I would use TNT. I really do wish that they invented a tool in Minecraft, which was like TNT, but within a controlled square radius. You know? So it's TNT, but only within, like, you know, when you put it down, that it's only going to affect this area. It's not going to randomly, you know, fly through the sky or something and take out something you don't want it to. It's just going to be within this certain, restricted, limited area. That's what I'd like. Okay. Right. Let me know down below what kind of films you like to see. Have there been any... it's like I said, I do tend to actually watch light-hearted movies and more comedy movies. I only ended up watching The Candyman because my partner put it on yesterday, and I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. But she put it on, so it was like, I guess I'm watching it now then. And I do like slasher movies, so, you know. You see, with me, let me know if any of you are like this as well. But I like horror movies that don't take themselves seriously. That are just, like, maybe they're gory, maybe they are a little bit graphic in some places, not overly graphic, but I like films, like horror movies, that are just sort of, like, almost sometimes, like, I wouldn't mind, like, a ghost movie, because you know clearly it's not taking itself seriously because it's about the presence of ghosts, you know? Like, a great movie that I absolutely love is Grave Encounters. Let me know if any of you have seen that movie. That movie is fantastic. I love that movie. That's my favourite ghost movie of all time. Probably in my top 5 horror movies of all time. But it doesn't take itself seriously. You watch that movie, you know what you're in for when you watch it. You know the kind of movie it's going to be. So therefore, I like those kind of movies that don't take themselves seriously. Yes, they can be scary, they can have some gory bits, whatever, but they're not taking themselves that seriously. So therefore, you know, you're not like sometimes I just find you just put on a movie and it's just so serious and bleak and like depressing, and then you finish watching the movie and you're like, fucking hell, Jesus, I just need to go and, like, you know, take some antidepressants and just like stop wanting to slash my wrists, you know, because yeah, like, I think there's a lot of movies like that nowadays. It's one of the reasons why I myself don't mind the Marvel movies. I know a lot of people are like, God, there's all these superhero movies nowadays. Okay, I understand. But sometimes I just like a movie where you just sort of escape reality. You just switch off and just sort of enjoy some blind entertainment. You don't really care that much about the characters on the screen. You don't really care that much about anything. It's just sort of like, just fun, you know. You don't need to sort of think about deep subject matters all the time. Like, I absolutely loved the movie Joker, right, with Joaquin Phoenix. That does have commentary on many issues in society nowadays. Could I watch it all the time? No. So, like, that is my that's my personal favorite movie of all time. That movie, but it's very serious, and it is kind of bleak. So therefore, I'm not going to watch it most of the time. But it is still my favorite movie. A lot of the time, I would much rather a movie that is just sort of light-hearted and just fun, you know, because sometimes that's just what you need. You just need to switch off and just enjoy some entertainment. And you know something? The same goes for video games. Like, why do I enjoy Dark Souls? I enjoy it because I'm just switching off and enjoying the gameplay. And I do enjoy the story that is there. I genuinely do. I think the story in From Software games is great. But it's also never really serious, and like it doesn't have commentary on like the state of the world and society, you know. And like when I like a game like The Last of Us, because The Last of Us is sort of prominent at the moment because of the new series that's come out. So that's why I'm mentioning that one specifically. But there we go. Let's sort of make it like that, maybe. Will that be alright? But anyway, my point was that that game has got a very bleak story, and so do both of them. They have a very bleak story, and I don't want that in games, to be honest. I don't want that kind of bleak story in my video games. I like to sort of make that match more eventually. Let's maybe I'll have to add something onto here a bit as well, won't I? Like, again, I'll check the details of all this and make it a bit more accurate eventually. You know. There. Okay. I'm thinking this is coming together quite nicely, actually. Okay, so we're here. We're at the bonfire. Rest. Okay. So, the crestfallen soldier is going to be here. Let's put like a log in to sit on. This invisible crestfallen soldier. There you go. There's your... No, it's a bit too wide, isn't it? You can sit like that. Okay. And then behind him is... and the wall. It's the wall is behind him. Okay. So yeah, the main wall is sort of here. It has like a bit of an archway, which maybe I'll try and do something to sort of decorate that into a bit later. So the main wall is there. I have to try and get some more detailing for that, actually. I hope you're all okay with this field of view. I meant to have it on before in the other episode. Like I said, because I'm motion sickness, so I will have to have this field of view on throughout the playthrough. Okay, and then this continues up, does it? Yeah. Okay. So this wall continues up past here, and then it curves around like this a little bit. Maybe that's a bit too much, probably. Like this. And then you have the stairs. Which take you into the main thing. Okay. Fuck, Jesus. Okay. There. No! Like that. Okay. And then we have the archway. Okay. Right. That archway will sort of lead up to the main sort of sections. If we continue past here, we will end up with the bit with the well. So the bit with the well does sort of come out a little bit again. So it's sort of more out here. Right, Epidemic is online again. He was online in the last episode as well. I think he just wants a cameo in these episodes. I can't take you out, Riot. You know, he's a Dark Souls fan as well. So, you know, I wonder if he'd be okay with me mentioning his name in these videos. But it's not my fault he's online. You you know? So you all need to pressure him to play Elden Ring, okay? Everyone, go. I shouldn't say this really. Everyone, go onto his Xbox, search for him on Xbox, and message him and say, "Play Elden Ring," because he bought Elden Ring, and he's, to be fair, his complaints are perfectly reasonable. He says he doesn't want to play it because of the generic open world and the crafting system and all this. That sort of made it weaker than previous entries. To be fair, he actually does have a good point. That's a rational reason why you wouldn't want to play it, but, you know, still. So, but still, I want you all to message him and say, play Elden Ring, because he should at least give it a fair chance. I don't think he made it past Margit. So, what just happened there? Hope everything's alright. Yeah. No, just a window just randomly closed on my computer. It was the browser window. Just randomly closed. That's quite strange. Anyway. No, but yeah, I don't think he made it past Margit. No, he did make it past Margit, sorry. He made it to Godric, if I remember rightly, and then stopped playing. But to me, that section is not a section to give up on the game during. That's a great part of the game. That area there. Anyway, for those of you wondering, yes, I am planning on eventually building the entire of Dark Souls in this, bit by bit. You know, I do intend to do it. I do tend to commit to things like that. If I've got a series going, I will usually commit. So I enjoy doing it as well. So, and like I said, it's kind of relaxing and therapeutic at the same time. So, and hopefully my commentary is enough for you all to engage. Because the good thing with Minecraft is you can talk and play at the same time. Sometimes when I'm playing Dark Souls, I can't always, you know. There's times when you have to focus. You know, if you're getting bombarded by a million attacks, sometimes you have to focus, you know. So, I picked a place that was good to start building Firelink Shrine, but it's going to be really annoying when I end up having to like completely create the ground up for like areas like Undead Parish. Okay. No. Don't know why I'm doing this actually. This bit. I mean, the thing is, these areas, they've got to look good from a distance as well. They can't just look good face value. You know, when you're there, they have to look good from a distance. So, okay. Right, now the well is sort of here-ish. Again, let's bring up the photo. Yeah, it's sort of... Nah, it sticks out even more. If I'm looking at it from the angle that I should be, which is here. Okay. Yeah, it sort of sticks out even more. It sort of comes up to like... I'd say more than that. Like, here. Almost, it looks like. Okay. Well, I'm not going to fill it all in again. Let's just do a quick version. Let's just get it sort of like, yeah, like that. That'll be okay. And then you can put the well here. There. Okay. But remember, you can jump into the well as well. From like here, usually. If you sort of run and jump from here, you can usually get into the well. So it has to be close enough issue like here. I mean, to be fair, we are using Minecraft movement systems here, not Dark Souls, but I feel like it should be a bit closer. Like, there instead. That seems better to me. And then it has a slight little stone wall ledge around. Maybe I should use... No, I'm not going to use stone walls. Maybe... Now we'll be alright with blocks, won't we? Yeah, we'll be okay. We'll make do. There we go. But that sort of stops around there. Okay. Let's quickly just do a couple of these. Like I said, the main thing I want to get with this is the interconnected world design. I want to get that right, because I think the game deserves it. If you're going to make a tribute to Dark Souls, you got to do it right. Okay, and we can just sort of do that, can't we? There we go. Another one. There, that looks okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's seeming pretty much right. I'm probably going to need to look at a different picture. No, hang on, that's a watercolor painting. Sorry about this delay. Just making sure everything's right. That's a good picture. Okay. That helps. I want to make sure it's right though, because that actually isn't the that's a remake of an Unreal Engine 4 picture I'm seeing here. So it'd be good if I had Dark Souls open on like another browser or something. But, this is a good view actually that I need. That's a view sort of from another side. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, been delaying a bit there. But I think one thing I need to do, by the looks of it, is have some other stairs about here, which are sort of coming out of with another archway. No, we need that. And we'll get another archway quickly, like this. We'll go like this, and like this. Now we'll go like that. Okay. That'll be all right. This landmass here. will sort of be connecting on the sort of ramp which goes up the side of the mountain. Nah, I feel like it's a bit more over, isn't it, actually? There's a bit more space this way before it starts going up the side of the mountain. Sort of more here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right, I think we'll leave this video here. I'll start getting things a little bit more accurate and start working on the way back, and probably some of the bits back here as well I'll sort of work on in the next video. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even share this video with anyone with my joy if it was good enough. Thank you again for watching. This is Soul Reborn signing out. Have a good one.